mic.
Oh.
Yeah, you can clip it if it makes it easier. It's up to you.
I'll just hold on to it.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
won't walk out with this accident.
Nice. So, yeah, so my name is Davidson. So I'm on this journey called the 1,000. Like I'm trying to interview like 1,000 strangers.
Okay.
So I'm like halfway through probably. So I've interviewed about like 500 so far. So it's been fun. What do you like most about your job?
Well, most about my job. Well, I like the subject matter. So I've always been in construction type industry and facilities and physical facilities. So that's what I do. I build facilities. I manage facilities for large companies. And so yeah, I've always kind of been involved in some sort of construction or engineering type field. So that's what I've continued to do. So that's what I like about it. What I don't like is the corporate bureaucracy.
Yeah. I don't think anyone likes that stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, what can you do?
But if you're good at it, then you can definitely, move up pretty high, right?
Yeah, and but you get paid, right? So
Yeah.
I would do it for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like it. It's good.
That's cool. So what is your title?
I am associate vice president of it's called GWS, Global Workplace Services.
Oh, okay. Workplace Services. Got it.
So it's just a fancy title. It just means that I manage facilities for my company globally, except for India.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know. So the guy that does, so there's a monthly hiking group. I used to work at a company called SHI, and he does all the facility stuff too. So anytime there's expansion, anytime there's new warehouses, he's always the one that manages all that, the build outs, all the behind. Yeah, there's a lot of operations, a lot of logistics. He's really good at that stuff.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. It sounds very similar.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And because the company was growing so rapidly, he's been doing pretty well, it seems like. It's just like every year there's something going on.
Yeah, for me, it's not so much growth. I mean, there is some, but it's just the constant churn.
Yeah.
Leases expiring, offices are no longer needed in one
Yeah.
location, but offices are needed in another.
Hmm.
So it's constant change and or churn, more like, and you're trying to evolve your workplaces to make it more relevant for people nowadays.
Yeah.
Flexible and all that. So that's
right.
a big buzzword right now.
Yeah. It's a lot more hot desks and
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Flexible workspaces. The
Yeah.
days of sitting in a cube all day are gone, right?
Yeah. Which I kind of respect. I kind of am glad that we don't have that, because honestly, like, I don't know, I didn't necessarily like. I like more of the creating spaces that invite more of those water cooler chats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, when I worked at LinkedIn, we had like a really intentional interior design team that created all these. It was very intentional, where it was made for more socialization. But some people would say like, hey, like it was hard to do deep work though, because it was just so social. So it's like,
yeah, you got to be disciplined. You got to be self-disciplined enough to. If you got to do heads down, you go to the place where you're best at that.
Yeah, and then there's libraries and more quiet places for that. But
exactly,
it's like now they have to build all that, whereas before, more people are working at their desks. But now sometimes it's harder because everyone's just socializing all the time, especially if it's like just once or twice a week. Then they're always catching up that once a week, right? It's like, hey, like, how was your weekend? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like anything. There's always trade-offs to everything. Right? So,
yeah.
But it's definitely the way of the future for sure.
Yeah.
And it really has to be, because we just don't have enough people coming to the office to justify everyone having their own seat. It doesn't make any financial sense. So you used to work at LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
was in Santa Clara?
Oh no, but LinkedIn has a lot of offices. So I was in the Empire State Building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like you know that office.
Oh
well.
yeah. Our California office, was right around the corner from the LinkedIn office. Now it's I don't know, a mile away. We're about ready to open up another one, just like this one here in New Jersey. Next month. So I'll be going out to California here probably in the next 2 weeks.
So it sounds like you do travel a lot for this job.
Not really. I am now, just because of the nature of what's happening, but I don't travel as much as I used to. I delegate now. I have people work for me, so they do most of the traveling.
Oh, okay. So you're more strategic in decisions and
Yeah, I'm trying to
planning.
manage the whole organization, making sure it stays on track. If I have to travel a lot, then it probably means I'm not doing my job very well. That's the way I look at it. I used to travel a lot, though. Thankfully, you don't have to do that as much now.
Yeah, yeah. I think in general, people are traveling a lot less, but I do think people are like looking forward to more in-person events because we just had like a period that everything was just so virtual all the time.
Yeah.
So it's nice to get back and somewhat of a similar, but I don't think it'll ever be as much as back then, right? When,
Oh, I agree. I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, the workplace has definitely evolved in the last 5 years, no doubt.
yeah,
2018 to now, it's really different.
yeah. Like I never thought I would take remote roles. Like I was just like, and now with hybrid, like even with LinkedIn, which is like such a really nice office environment, it's still hard to get people to come into the
Oh
office.
yeah.
Yeah, just because everyone's just like, no, I have kids, like I have other responsibilities, like I have like errands I need to run, like I can't. So even with all the free food and free breakfast, free lunch, snacks, and everything, it's people still aren't really coming in as much as they want us to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Our occupancy. I mean, it depends, but it's 30%. It's not unusual
Yeah,
to
that's like
see.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, but right now we got a lot of people in the office, but
Yeah.
the newness will wear off in a few weeks, and then we'll see how things really are. Right?
Oh, so it's like a brand new
Yeah,
office.
it literally
Nice.
just opened yesterday.
Oh
So
wow, that's exciting.
yeah, well, everyone's coming in to check it out. Will they stay? I think so, but not
Yeah.
not to full occupancy. But that we didn't build it for full occupancy. We didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't do
I,
that.
I, I, like to your point, that's not happening anywhere ever, really.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also because as you're seeing, the traffic here in this area is like kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like half of it as well. It's like,
Well, yeah. If you don't have to commute an hour each way, you just save yourself 2 hours.
yeah, like yesterday, well, this whole week essentially, like commute. My wife also, she works in the Empire State Building as well, and it's pretty brutal. It's like I think it took us 3 hours to get in one way,
Yeah, I
just
believe it.
because like all the trains were delayed, and then because when it's hot or when it's really cold is when we have a lot of those issues.
Yeah.
So we had to like take all these detours and like, all right, take the path from Newark and then go up and then, yeah. So that was crazy. What's your question, Rohan? So we have a guy that is a regular who watches pretty often, and he's from India.
Oh, okay.
So
So he
yeah,
probably knows HCL Tech.
yeah. You guys are pretty big, actually.
Yeah. Over
It's like,
200,000 employees, most of which are in
wow.
India, but yeah, we
Yeah.
still have a fair amount.
Yeah, so yeah, some of my friends work for Tatas, some of them. So funny enough, one of my businesses is I have a management consulting arm too that does like staff augmentation, digital transformation, a lot of stuff that I guess technically competes with like HCL, but it's much
Sure.
smaller scale. Like Valenta only has like 500 people. Ah, okay. He said, so I'm 36. He said, what advice would you have for a 36-year-old?
Oh, 36-year-old. Well, I guess obviously it depends on your career path and your goals. But if you're trying to move up in a big company, get exposure to the execs. Find a way to get exposure to the decision makers.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of ways to do that, but be present, be available, and try to solve a problem that they have, right? Like so. In the case of this office, the problem was, why are we spending all this money on offices when nobody shows up? So we decided to open up a new office, close an old one that wasn't being used, that was old and tired and not being utilized very much.
Yeah.
Open up a little bit smaller one, and then and make it more relevant for employees. Well, we didn't just do it because we felt like it, right? We did it because there was a problem that HCL had, and we tried to solve it. So right now, yeah, we're trying to make sure that the CEO knows how we've addressed his problem.
Okay.
So that's I know it's not easy to do, right? Sometimes you can't get to the CEO, but if you
Right.
get to a couple layers up, if you can find a way to talk to them and tell them what you've done, believe it or not, I think a lot of people get intimidated by these senior executives, but they want to know about things that have helped the company and helped us perform. So
Yeah.
it's you don't want to come back. You don't want to come to them with some esoteric thing that probably doesn't matter to them, right? But if
more
it's relevant to
practical.
them, then yeah, it has to do with efficiency or productivity. I'm sure they would love to hear about it.
Yeah, it seems like people put executives on a pedestal sometimes, and there's like almost like a fear of it, but it's everyone is human, right, at the end of the day, but it does seem like a lot of people have a fear when it comes to it's like, oh, I don't want to mess up or say something stupid, or I don't know. That's like probably one of the objections I always hear with the young.
No, that's absolutely true. I think a lot of people feel that way. And, again, right, try to put yourself in their shoes. It's hard to do, but try to put yourself in their shoes about what's important to them. Why do they care? Why would they care? And if you can come up with something like that, they'll listen and they'll notice you. Right? So it's that's if I were to do it over again, if I was 36 years old, I would be more aggressive in terms of getting in front of these more, let's say 2 or 3 layers above. Maybe you're not talking to the CEO.
Right.
Talk to somebody who's a decision maker if you can.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful. You don't want to go ahead over your boss's head, right? So
Right.
There's a hierarchy. There's a
Yeah.
that you have to be cautious of, but but as long as everyone knows what you're doing, it makes a big difference in terms of your visibility.
Yeah, so how much of it would you feel like, I mean, to your point, there's the bureaucracy component, right? How much of getting promotions do you think is like the networking and then the communication aspect, and like how much of it do you think is actual competency? Or do you think you definitely need also to be very competent?
I think, boy, that's tough. I mean,
It's like
it depends
50-50.
on the people you're dealing with, right? Some people are. I would say I guess I have a more positive view, but I think it has more to do with competency.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's. But again, it goes back to that exposure. They don't know you're competent unless you prove it.
Right. So there is still that getting FaceTime and
yeah, exactly. But you have to be competent. I mean, if you don't know what you're talking about, you just go in there and
right.
talking about anything that doesn't maybe matters to you, but doesn't matter.
You still have
to
to add value.
Yeah, they're not gonna be caring about it. They're too busy, right?
Yeah.
That's why it matters if you talk to them in terms of things that they care about.
Yeah.
And it's not rocket science, right? You just listen to the if it's a public company, listen to their quarterly reports.
Yeah.
What's driving the company's performance right now?
Like learning, like truly understanding a 10K is extremely valuable, right?
Yeah, well, you don't even have to understand a 10K. You just got to listen. If it's a public company, right? You just got to listen to the usually the quarterly calls with investors. Just listen to what they're saying. It's you got to read between the lines sometimes, but it's not that difficult to figure it out. For HCL, it's about our margins. Our margins growing or are they shrinking?
Yeah.
If the margins are shrinking, that's almost always bad. And so how can we keep them more efficient, more productive? Helps with the margins.
So obviously HCL has done pretty well over the years. What would you say are like the 3 main factors that, because I don't know, it does feel like there's so many competitors out there.
Adding new lift ride to queue.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of competition. I guess so. Because there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of pressure on costs, and so I think HCL does a good job of being fairly efficient.
Oh, okay.
In terms of how it runs the business. Now there's a lot of inefficiencies in terms of the bureaucracy for things that aren't. The CEO doesn't care about it's not to say he doesn't care about the HR. He does care about the HR quite a bit, but he pays people to take care of those things for him.
Right.
And so for us, it's about, for the CEO, what does he think about, which is what I always try to tie back to. It's the efficiency, and I think that's where his focus is, the executive's focus is, the company's focus, and if they can continue to drive some efficiency.
Take the exit toward New Jersey 18 North.
That's what makes
Then turn
sales
right
successful.
on
To
Burnett
answer the
Street.
question, I think so. At least.
Hmm.
I mean, that's why customers are hiring us, right? Customers hire us because we can do something better than they can, more
Yeah,
efficiently.
for sure.
You know, maybe not better, but certainly more efficiently.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not going to hire us, right? What's the point? They can just keep it in house, right? They hire us
Yeah.
to do things.
I mean, obviously, when the market is, slower as well, right? That also, I mean, efficiency always is going to be a factor, right? When it comes to a lot of these things.
Yeah, well, this is especially true for a company like HDL.
Yeah.
The business we're in, efficiency matters quite a bit to our profitability.
Right.
And obviously, sales matters a lot. I mean, I know he's focused on sales. He's
Yeah.
focused on how well we can get in front of decision makers and other companies and convince them to work with us. But that's not something I can control. So I don't worry worry about sales, right? I worry about efficiency on my side. It's I'm on the expense side. I'm a cost center, not a profit center for my organization. So I have to run it as efficiently as I can. And that's what he wants. That's what he expects from me, and that's what I try to deliver.
Yeah.
Straight up Burnett Street to Tower
I don't really have a minute left. Rohan has a question. Who's someone that has added?
Straight up to the light, yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you necessarily have to sit there and take it all the time, right? That's
right.
Sometimes you might want to leave, but you're gonna make a left here at this light.
Okay.
But yeah, the people that are hardest on you maybe sometimes are your biggest advocates.
Huh.
I know it sounds crazy, and maybe that's just because it's a generational thing.
This up here?
Yeah, turn right
turn
here.
Left, then turn
it's
left.
probably more of a generational thing. So I'm Gen X, right? But newer generations, they don't think the same way I do.
Take a slight
so
it is a little
bit
Take a sharp
right here is fine.
Yeah, right here. This door is my entrance.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Nice riding with you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you. Thank you for the advice.
All right, sure, absolutely.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
All right, let me make sure I didn't forget anything.
Oh, yeah. Double check. Okay, thank you.
Take a slight right, then turn left.
Cool, Rohan. What's good, brother? Nice seeing you again.
Take a sharp
left. Interesting.
Then take a slight right.
Oh.
Take
That's
a slight
cool.
Right, then turn left.
Wait, what? Why is it not? Oh, no, it's connected to... I gotta, disconnect this so it doesn't... that way. Okay. Navigate to Home 2 Suites, New Brunswick. Oh, at the time of answering. Can you still hear me, Rohan? Let me know. All right, so where am I supposed to?
Then turn right on State Route 18.
Oh, okay.
In
Route 18.
300 feet, turn right on State Route 18.
Cool. This was good. Nice, bro. Let me. Oh, you can hear me. All right, cool. Because I just switched it out. Does it sound different? Because before I think it said I was using the Tesla, but now I'm using this. So. Oh, okay. I'm picking. All right, so I'm about to pick someone up. Let's see what do you think this person's gonna be like?
Take a slight right, then turn right.
Oh, it's right here. Oh shit.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's literally right here. Huh, haven't been to this one yet. So I'm picking someone up at the Home Suites. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, I got it. Man, I can't see any difference. Oh, okay, good to know. All is well, my brother. Doing well. Got thrown the shades. It's a little hot today. This is probably the hottest day that we've had this summer so far. So it's oh shit. Oh, okay. Homes 2 Suites by Hilton. Let's check this out. I love exploring different places, so this is cool. All right, so this person's name is Dirya. Oh, what? Where's the entrance? Okay. All right, let's do this. All is well, my brother. That's good. Dirya.
Right. Then the pickup will be on the right.
Let's see.
In 100 feet, the pickup will be on the right.
Right here. Hi. Navigate to New
650
Brunswick train
feet.
station.
Turn right on State Route 18.
Six, 7 minutes. So this like they're taking the train probably into New York City, I'm guessing. Let's see. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You going to a train station, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Oh. You got it? Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. So this is pretty random, but I usually interview the people that I'm driving. Is that cool?
About what?
Just life, just anything. Learn a little bit more about people.
Do you post them anywhere or no?
It's on YouTube.
No, I don't want that.
Oh, okay.